Liverpool Football Club, top of the Champions League with a perfect record, winning 5 out of 5 matches and conceding only 1 goal. Top of the Premier League, 9 points clear of Chelsea and Arsenal, and 11 points clear of Manchester City. Coming back from the international break, this was a huge week for the Reds. Southampton away, Real Madrid midweek at home for Champions League, and then Manchester City over the weekend at home. It is crazy to think that the toughest match out of all of these three was Southampton. So, starting with Southampton, Liverpool looked quite chaotic. It seemed as though we were just not clicking. The international break has always seemed to break the momentum for us, but it was good to see Liverpool take all 3 points. If there's still doubt in people's mind about Liverpool's chances of being title contenders, I don't know what to say to them. Getting away with all 3 points when you don't play your best is what champions do. Salah massively stepped up as he always does, but the contract situation and his comments in the mix zone have stirred up quite a bit of drama off the pitch. Midweek against Real Madrid, Liverpool were in total control of the game from the start. Conor Bradley was phenomenal, totally overpowered and nullified any threat that Kylian Mbappe could pose in Madrid's attack. I know Madrid are facing a crippling injury crisis, but even with that, their team is stacked with talent. Luka Modric, Camavinga, Valverde, Courtois, Mbappe, Arda Güler, Rudiger, Jude Bellingham. In fact, I was more concerned that Vinicius got injured because I think they are more chaotic when Vinny and Mbappe both are playing the left. And I thought Vinny's absence will make Mbappe a bit more of a threat, but alas, that did not happen. Both Mbappe and Salah missed their respective penalties. Kelleher again with a brilliant save, and Salah putting it just outside of the post. I think Courtois was Real Madrid's best player by far. I think even Camavinga and Luka in the midfield were phenomenal. And yeah, just Liverpool was in control throughout the game. Manchester City over the weekend, Liverpool were smelling blood from the first whistle. It is crazy that the scoreline ended up being just 2-0 because Liverpool were absolutely ruthless in their attack. City again is crippled with injuries, but Pep needs to find a solution for their problem. Surely this just cannot be a Rodri problem. There are still other players and good quality players in the squad that can produce something. We did let them grow into the game in the second half with Man City were never a threat for Liverpool. It was quite a smooth sailing for the Reds. And we come with all 9 points that we could have gotten in this week. Going forward, December is a crazy month for the Reds. 9 matches across EPL and Champions League and the Carabao Cup. The injuries to Karate and Bradley, which they picked up in the Madrid game, they are a blow to Liverpool's defense, but I believe Joe Gomez and Kwanzaa are more than capable of stepping up. This was another good tactic, or more like, uh, yeah, like a tactic that I saw from Arne Slot in the game against Manchester City was that he got Kwanzaa on for Trent at right back. Kwanzaa's not has the best record playing as centre back against the opening fixture against Ipswich and then against Brighton in the Carabao Cup game. He might be a bit shaky in his confidence playing as a centre back, and I think Arne Slot is either building him up or maybe considering developing him as a hybrid. I think Joe Gomez is more than capable of filling in for Konate. So I'm not that concerned with the injury thing, but yeah, I would hope that going forward we do not pick more, especially in December with matches just coming left, right, and center. The contract of the big three, I feel like the longer it plays out, it is going to affect and drive these narratives on these players and their performances. Trent has been injured so far, and like this was his first game back against Manchester City, and he was good. So it hasn't really come up with him yet. But with Salah missing that penalty against Madrid, and after the City game, he said how it is possibly his last game playing against City at Anfield. This is again going to cause a lot of concerns and conversations about his future and where his head is at. Everyone's talking about how they have left it so late, Liverpool as a club. I would say the club was right to not get them all to sign without knowing what the future was going to look after Klopp. Those are big shoes to fill in. Klopp is such a big personality, he means so much for the club. Um, and I think they all deserve to see and not be tied down to a situation where we are not competitive or cannot have a sustained challenge. Um, the situation is not ideal, but I believe they all will sign. The Trent ties to Madrid maybe could come true, but in Connor we trust, and Liverpool will come up with something should he decide to leave. I think Van Dijk and Salah do sign a new contract. Trent, there is a bit more skepticism on my part, but I think they all stay here. And Ancelotti has done a fantastic job taking this team and turn them into an unstoppable winning machine. Game is more controlled, but we still attack. Like there are those Klopp-esque elements. There's a calmness in how we approach each game. You're okay to let your opponent have possession as long as it's just possession for the sake of it and not with the intent to attack. I think this season could be special. A huge shout also to the crowd at Anfield. I think the stadium has been buzzing throughout every single match that Liverpool is playing. Even at away games, I think the away stands have been absolutely phenomenal and loud and just energized. I think everybody knows that this could be something special for us this season. Going forward, do I think the season is over for Manchester City? No. I think between all the title challenges this year, and I am including Chelsea in this, I think Manchester City have a proven track record of going on a winning run. More so in the second half of the season. Sure, they don't look like their former selves, but it remains to be seen how they respond to their current run of form. Chelsea are a bit of an unknown with a new manager, but I think Maresca is doing an amazing job with the squad. And Chelsea also have the advantage that they have two different squads. Their league squad and their cup squads are different. Their players are less likely to get fatigued. Um, like compared to what can happen to players at Liverpool and Manchester City and Arsenal. So if they do keep up with Arsenal, I would say come the start of FA Cup fixtures, I think Chelsea will be in a good position to capitalize on the squad depth that they have with like whatever 50,000 players that they have signed. Um, Arsenal have Arsenal have shown how vulnerable they become when they have injuries. The good thing is they've at least sorted out their disciplinary issues. They're not red cards galore anymore. And they also seem to have found a new vigor in their game. But they again have a big fixture coming up against Manchester United, who do look dangerous again with Amarim. Granted, they've played like Everton and some team that I've not even heard of in Europa, where they've gotten that victory and they couldn't get a win against Ipswich. But I would say it's still maybe they're growing into it, but it remains to be seen. I think Arsenal, again, crucial for Arsenal to make sure that they are able to keep up with us and with Chelsea as well. So, yeah, titles are not won in December, nor are they lost in December. So there are still a lot of games to play. As a Liverpool supporter, I would just say we take it one game at a time. This is a good position to be in. And going forward, we just need to ensure that we sustain and maintain this position, this advantage that we've gathered over all of our title rivals, if not gain more advantage, because all we can focus on are our results and our performances. And so now we look to going to Newcastle and getting all those 3 points. It will be a tough game for sure, but hopefully the Reds can come out on top. It's been a great week. It's a great time to be a Liverpool fan, and I'm even more excited because it's just we're done with international break for at least until March. There's no more pause to football. There is just all out action, a bit too much action with the amount of games that every team will be playing, but action nonetheless. And yeah, hopefully we gain as many points as we can. Even if we do drop some points, I don't think it's the end of the world for us. But I, I just hope that we just keep on winning and taking as many points as we can. And we'll see where Liverpool end up uh, come the end of the year.
If you've reached till here, thank you so much for watching. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, click on the notification bell to always know when we post new content, and let us know your thoughts in the comments.